Hi.
Hello, you are talking to Jason and Chicky from the band La Fin Absolute Du Monde, based out of the San Francisco Bay Area, and we are currently on tour in the UK, the United Kingdom, and we speak to you right now from
Glasgow.
Glasgow, Scotland, and our label mates
Hot stuff in the eye candy.
in their kids' bedroom where we're crashing for the night.
We're in bunk beds. We're in the bottom of the bunk
We're in the
bed.
bottom of the bunk bed, so that's why it's kind of dark. All things considering, we're fine.
We're cold.
It's cold here. It's very cold here. They don't believe in spring. Let's see. I think first and foremost, set aside all notions that people are going to pay you in the States or abroad or care about whatever it is that you're doing. I think you kind of have to make people want to be interested in whatever it is that you're doing. Pretty much the realization that what you're doing um, isn't as glamorous as you think it's going to be. We see a lot of bands, they get caught up in the trappings of the rock and roll lifestyle, which are drugs and alcohol. I mean, people playing shows to four people, but for the most part, you get free drinks as compensation. And there's always somebody that wants to give free drugs to a touring band. So people get caught up in kind of the cliches of the rock and roll lifestyle. We're not straight edge by any stretch of the imagination, and we don't call ourselves that. But I don't drink or smoke anything, so it makes that part of touring a little easier.
Well, I think plan ahead as well as you can, and that's in terms of getting your whole book, your whole tour booked, fully booked. Know what you're getting into. Know what sort of venue, what sort of hospitality they are going to offer you or not offer you. Know your means of transportation. How
You
are you
said
going to
that
get
earlier.
around? No?
You did.
Well, maybe I can explain it a little better. Car. Are you going to rent a car? Because if you're going to rent a car, well, can you handle a stick shift with your left hand? Are
You're talking about
you.
touring abroad.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
the
that's what
question is
we're.
touring or touring
Yeah,
abroad.
touring country. Touring
No,
in
it's
another
it's no, it's
country.
touring slash touring abroad.
Okay, well,
So
if you want to come to the UK, if you want to come to the UK, be prepared to drive with your stick shift on your left side if you plan on renting a car. An itty bitty little car that isn't going to fit probably all of a four-piece band's gear, and travel lightly. We are traveling by Megabus, which is the cheapest of all cheapest buses
and it's not that cheap.
because of the exchange rate.
Yeah. Don't just try to find shows last minute. I know a lot of bands, ourselves included, try to find stuff last minute to jump on. That's not always the best way to do it.
Don't expect delicious and cheap food. Not those wonderful street taquerias.
Is this for the UK?
Yes, yeah.
Well, you have to say it's for the
For the
UK.
UK, of course it is.
Because
This
again,
applies
it's
to the UK because this is
slash.
we're here.
I know, but the question was everywhere. It's like if you tour in the
All right,
States,
but all we
if you
can
tour in the
talk
UK.
about.
We've done both.
Yeah, I understand that, but right, I think what's most relevant to this interview is traveling
I
internationally.
don't know if that's necessarily true because then they would have said just international travel in the
Well,
question.
in any case,
Food here isn't that great.
yes, we eat a ton of peanut butter, Nutella, no, generic chocolate spread, and jam
We did find
sandwiches.
Nutella at the Poundland.
Yeah, for $1.
A pound,
I mean, of course,
$1.50
yeah,
US. That's
which is
really
still
cheap
cheap.
US.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but in any case, that's what we eat a whole lot of. It's a great way to diet.
We lost weight. We lost a lot of weight. But the good thing is that we've been, I don't want to say the word blessed. We're not super religious people, but we've been lucky enough to be around people like with Neo from Hot Stuff in the Eye Candy
And Ian, of course, full
and
circle.
Ian Mills, where like there's a kitchen here. Of course, this is his house, so we've been able to. They actually went to the grocery store. They found out that one of my jobs or my main profession before quitting everything and living a life of a musician was being a chef, so a cook, whatever you want to call it. So I've been
What
cooking
else
for
would you
them.
call it?
So it's been awesome. It's been awesome from that standpoint that we've been able to make food, good food, opposed to some of the stuff that we've been finding here. I can't blame it on the entire country that we're Americans and we love super salty food and
Oh, one good thing to
there's no free
know.
refills here.
No.
There's no free refills here.
But one good thing to know is that McDonald's French fries are
Yeah,
consistent
McDonald's French fries are consistent. Like
worldwide.
when we tour the U.S., we pretty much live at McDonald's because on our downtime, we're constantly doing promotion work on our own to let people know about shows and also let people know about whatever project we're touring behind. And McDonald's has free Wi-Fi, dollar sodas, dollar coffee, and it's refillable.
So we share.
Yeah, we sit there all day off a couple bucks. $1 for the coffee, $1 for a soda, and we're just refilling them, drinking them, watching movies at McDonald's. Like, you know, McDonald's has become our
We
friend.
make friends at McDonald's too.
I think above and beyond all, we've spent 8 minutes and 40 seconds so far answering 2 questions.
Okay,
So
next
let's move on to
question.
the next question. We're from California, which means we're kind of in the entertainment hub. So there's a lot of people that want to take your money in said places. And a lot of times it's people that you might recognize from some mediocre radio song they had or MTV video they had 15, 20 years ago. And they want to make money off their name because you recognize them, but it doesn't mean the world cares about them. And if people really believe in it, they'll take on your stuff for nominal fees. And the producers that um, we worked with a guy named Mark Jordan, who was in a band called Dead Sea a long time ago and did some work with Velvet Revolver, who we sound nothing like. And then a guy that was in a band that I actually liked called Glassjaw. His name was Todd Weinstock. They helped us do a song on this new EP Descend called Lead Me Detroit. And did it pretty much for peanuts. Um, but they did, basically, they don't even know if they made money on it. We just basically paid for the studio that we did it in. Um, then we did some production with John Walker. He did some production for us out here in the UK. And he works at Mole Studio, where our favorite group in the whole world, probably two of our favorite groups, Sneaker Pimps and Portishead, did stuff. Um, but again, he did it for nothing. And it's one of those things where people really believe in your project, they'll mess with you. And you have
And
to
it,
be, I'm sorry, and you have to be on the same page
yeah,
creatively.
I really feel like our overall sound ever since then probably has changed a little bit. Maybe not has changed, but our production has gotten that much tighter. I want to say, which is I don't
It's
know,
always a
like
good
a
thing.
good thing
It's
for
always a
us.
good thing.
Yeah.
I mean, we basically walked into this whole project not knowing what we were truly doing. We're not going to act like we're studio pros. Being rad, being
Yeah. Okay.
fucking rad.
Yeah. All right.
I don't understand how the Reverb Nation charts work. I don't think either one of us. Cindy doesn't give a damn. You mildly care
We're
about it.
still hungry.
Yeah. Unless somebody taps me on the shoulder and is like, hey, you're that guy on number 2 on Reverb Nation. I don't know if it makes that much of a difference. I guess it's kind of cool that you're acknowledged by people. I mean, we get hit up every so often by people on Reverb Nation like, hey, this is really cool. I really like your sound, blah, blah, blah. Not that we don't care about those comments, but
Oh, we definitely do.
it's it's not the Billboard charts.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we don't know what that means. It's not going to stop us from doing anything. I mean, if anything, it probably motivates us even more. Motivates us even more to continue to tour. We did 130 shows last year and toured the States 6 times. We drove over 100,000 miles last year. Like crazy drives, stupid drives like Boise to Brooklyn because I was booking the tours, and that goes back to what we were saying before about plan ahead, plan ahead, plan ahead.
I think the more we play, the more attention naturally I would
Yeah,
think you would get. And it's because of all these new friends that we make. We don't like to call them fans,
yeah.
because for the most part, we're not big enough to have these
We're in a bunk bed.
impersonal relationships with people. I mean, we do make a lot of new friends wherever we are, and it's because um, of them who who can see something in us, who can somehow see the vision that we see,
Which is
which is the vision that we see
that vision is
is a vision of big, dark gloominess with a beautiful soundscape for the world to walk through and enjoy.
you totally pull that out of your ass, Cindy.
Was it good?
We
Was
have
it
to be
good?
quiet because other people are
Oh,
sleeping.
sorry.
Yeah, Cindy, she thinks the world revolves around her.
That,
We're in someone else's house and you're
that's
just
not.
loud.
That's. You made me laugh. He
You can't
makes me
laugh like the
laugh.
stereotypes. We reverse stereotypical roles. I'm the loud one at the
Yeah,
movies.
you are. Let's go to the next question. We've met some real shady people on tour. I mean, I think that's inevitable. We are two people in our mid 30s with very huge chips on our shoulders. We've been through a lot. And um, every single day that we wake up, um, we're really grateful at the opportunity to be able to do what we love with each other because we're
Allegedly.
in love.
I think it's important to be honest in general. Uh, I think we write from the heart musically, and I think we speak to people from the heart. I think we have more to say than just whatever the songs are. I mean, honestly, we don't take on really uber political topics. We're not a political group. We're not Rage Against the Machine. We're not Public Enemy. We don't try to be, nor do we want to be. Um, our stuff is more about human emotion opposed to the corporate system. Um, and if we write, a lot of times we write about the reality. We've met so many people, and we played shows with people where there's like not a lot of people there at the show, but in their Facebook post it was like, "Oh, had a rad time. You guys came out and raged. It was so cool." And it's like, was it? Was it cool? Did it suck? Give people an honest look in what you're doing and stop trying to create an internet reality. And I think that kind of goes back to the Reverb Nation question, where you never want to create an internet reality where you're way bigger than you are.
If you dig it, then cool. You probably understand the meaning of our music, which isn't really much to understand as long as you're open to feeling your emotions out as honestly as you can. And and that's it. I mean,
That's us in a nutshell.
yeah, honest people meet honest people,
Honest people doing honest music. Um,
and those honest people want to help us out.
we have a new EP out right now called Descend on the UK's Full Circle Records. It is out digitally via all mediums to buy digital music. I don't know what all that is, but anyway you buy it, it's out. The physical CDs we actually have, and we will be selling them live at shows along with merchandise that we don't sell online. We only sell it at shows. We
A
also have
lot of which we handmade, so are one of a kind,
the majority
special
of it we handmade,
items.
and they're all one of a kind.
We don't really have day jobs. This is literally what we do. We sing for our supper. If you like the music, we of course encourage you to purchase our really cool tunes. We think they're cool. But also, if we come into your town, hey, you gotta catch our show. It's a it's a fun show, and I don't know, maybe I'm saying it because we have a hell of a good time, and us having a hell of a good time on stage, it's kind of infectious. But it is a different experience. Um, I think that whatever you hear, whatever emotion you can hear in our music, if you're just listening over a stereo or whatever device you listen with, um, being able to see us express ourselves physically is,
See Cindy throw chairs at people.
but not intentionally hurt people. Just know that.
Look out if you're in the front. Instead of pointing out, people don't even stand near us. It's kind of neat. It's kind of sad.
Or watch Jason jump off
Various shit.
various
Hang
shit.
off shit.
It's a lot more helpful to us if you share with your friends our music, that whenever we have a release out or whenever we come through your town, you guys come out and support it, because a few dollars from a ton of people every few months out of the year is going to go so much further for us than just a few people offering us a charity amount. And in case you ever see us down the street or you come see a show, know that, hey, we love making new friends and we love meeting new people, and even if you feel like our show is a little too intense and intimidating, fuck, man, it's only just the two of us talking to each other the whole time. We were attached to the hip 24/7, all day, every day. It's me and Jason. That's all we have. So anyone else that we can talk to is so appreciated. So come say hi.